on my slides. Okay, cool. So actually, I'm very glad Virender sir and Johnson sir are actually here on the stage because they've obviously built winning organizations. When SHRM came and told our team, Vijay should be on this creating winning organizations session, I was like, yaar, abhi tak to banana chalu nahi kara hai, and how can we sort of be confident of the fact that we are creating a winning organization or not? Yet I think what we can definitely do is sort of share two things, right? One is as a young startup, as a young technology company that's sort of really trying to solve hiring in a very unique way, we could sort of share whatever we are trying at our level, which might be insightful or non-insightful for the larger audience here. And we could also share what some of our customers are doing, which are sort of some of the largest companies that you could think of are potentially doing to continue winning. And, we were sort of discussing internally amongst our team, what is a winning organization, right? And there were three things that we basically thought of what winning organizations would be for us. First is they should inspire us, right? I mean, at the end of the day, is it inspiring people inside the org? Is it inspiring customers? Is it inspiring shareholders? Two, does it build trust with the shareholders? And three, which I think the definition of a winning organization means that you have to keep winning again and again. You can't hope that, you sort of won and then you've basically won. Because the moment you start thinking that I've won and that's it, I don't have to do anything more, you're going to die, right? Especially the way technology is moving. So what are some examples of companies that we thought are, winning organizations? So first is Adobe, right? So Adobe, Adobe is a very large, awesome product company. If you have ever PDF'd your file, you would have used Adobe's Illustrator. And Adobe around 95 to 2000 was sort of going through a leanish patch, but they were able to sort of transform themselves and sort of go to the cloud. And I know it's something that a lot of our organizations now need to do, which is basically, hey, how do we transform ourselves and move to the cloud? Here is an example of an organization that did it and is now really succeeding again and again. Let's take another company, Google, which is now called Alphabet. If you think about Google, obviously was sort of winning with search, right? I mean, there was nothing stopping Google from winning at search. But they sort of kept on investing in acquiring not only new companies in spaces that potentially could disrupt them, they kept on acquiring awesome teams. If you think about it, the YouTube team, the Android team, the DoubleClick team, the Maps team, all these teams have sort of literally laid the foundations for new products and new innovations that Google has sort of gone and scaled on top of. And it required a winning mindset. It required a mindset of being in a belief that, hey, we could get disrupted as Google as well. This is one of my favorite organizations. Manchester United is a football club that Virender Agrawal will now get up and say, I have to put Chelsea potentially here. But honestly, if you think about Manchester United as a club, as an organization, as an institution, it has continued to grow again and again. Whether Sir Alex Ferguson is there or not, they're still able to sort of generate a bunch of profit and revenue via whatever methodologies that they're sort of applying, right? And we'll talk about those methodologies later as part of the session. And obviously, you think of Amazon, right? People normally used to wait for retail companies to go and buy technology companies. Technology companies would get built for an acquisition. Or, you're going to build a technology company, some large person will come and buy you. What has Amazon done? Technology company has gone and bought a retail company, right? I mean, they've gone and bought Whole Foods in an over $4 billion cash acquisition at a minimum, right? Which can sort of go up to 8 to 12 over time. That is unheard of. A technology company going and acquiring a retail company, unheard of. So what are these organizations sort of really, really doing well according to us at Belong and what we are sort of noticing in customers? And some of these folks that I'm giving you examples of are our customers who use Belong, and we get a chance to sort of really work closely with them. The first and utmost important one, and being I'm not a millennial because I'm from Vinod Kambli's generation. Like I saw Vinod Kambli and Sachin Tendulkar play, so I used to support Vinod Kambli. I guess no one here knows Vinod Kambli. So, but my co-founder is 23, so he's a millennial, right? And it's sort of really difficult to keep him going if it's only about capital, money, etc., success, right? I mean, if you think about it, my parents and my co-founder's parents and a lot of people in this generation, Virendra's generation, Johnson's generation, would have done a lot of hard work in India, which is our parents' generation, to sort of make sure that we don't have to worry about money, right? In Maslow's hierarchy of needs, thanks to our parents, thanks to our previous generation, we've been able to move up. We've been able to think about, hey, fine, money is important. Yes, I just need enough to be able to travel somewhere. But what can I do? How can I contribute towards the world? Because at home, I can only contribute to myself and to my family of 3-4 people. But where is this one place? Where is this one place where you can actually impact the world? It's at work. No matter what you do, which department, which company, you are actually impacting people outside your own organization, outside your family, right? And that's something that we sort of corely believe in belong at, that if human beings are sort of spending 60-70% of their lifetime working, where should they truly belong, right? And that's sort of the mission statement for us as well. So a sense of purpose and mission, whether it's Amazon giving great customer experience, Google organizing the world's information in one place, or be it Tata, an organization we look up to a lot, or be it Nike, right? All of these organizations have a unique sense of purpose and mission. If you ever sort of go watch the Barcelona team ever play, they're playing for Catalonia. It's a state in Spain. They're not playing for football. So that's the first one. The second one that we think is important is that normally people think speed and process can't go hand in hand, right? But we actually have we actually think that the companies that really, really do well actually do speed and process together really well. And the answer behind doing speed and process together well is actually data and technology. If you think about it, people will think, yeah, Apple's a consumer company, but look at that stat there, right? Apple has actually penetrated 99% of Fortune 500 companies via iOS. So technology, and typically if you think about it, I mean, whatever technology you sort of go out and try to apply, let me give you an example. One of our customers, which is one of the largest, industrial automotive locomotive companies in the world, it's a European organization, and they basically realized that they're going to get disrupted by Google if they don't get into IoT like really fast. So what they did was they had a lot of data internally in their systems to understand what they need to be doing for the future. They matched it with a bunch of stuff that we gave them, and they were able to understand that, hey, potentially in India, we can hire IoT talent here. They sort of put together a proposal, went to their European headquarters, and sort of were able to win the business of sort of coming and building an IoT center out of India, right? And that happened really fast because they got data from us within 1 week. They had stored data in their ERP systems properly over the last 2-3 years, and a combination of that allowed for advanced AI or artificial intelligence or machine learning technology to be applied to give new results to them. And the third one that we think is the most important, which is basically you have to continue to seek and hire the best talent that is better than you every day, right? And if you think about it, actually there's this awesome tweet that we saw from Sujayat, who's the founder of Vunic. He lists down the people who were part of the Amazon India team in 2005, right? And on record, and I'll just call out the names, Amit Agarwal, who's the head of India Amazon today, Sachin Bansal, Binny Bansal, we all know Flipkart, the Infibeam founders, Twilio's founder, Hike COO, Vunic's founders, Zop Now, Tutor Vista, JustPay, Myntra. These people, part of one team, went out and created more than $50 billion worth value, right? And if you go ask them today, would you get into Amazon today? 50% of them say, I will not be able to get into Amazon today. It's gotten too tough to get into Amazon, right? So this team is saying, I will not get into Amazon today. So the hunger to sort of want to be able to hire better than ourselves again and again so that we are sort of a winning organization again and again requires a lot of thought and a lot of self-introspection, yet a desire to keep winning. Yeah, I mean, again, just an example from Manchester United, Sir Alex Ferguson actually had to go run down and convince Ryan Giggs and David Beckham's parents to allow them to come and play at Manchester United, right? He wasn't spending time convincing the kids. He was spending time convincing the grandparents that they should play at this football club. And that's sort of, in many ways, something that, we've been sort of seeing working with a lot of our customers as well, where, for example, a large retail UK company basically sort of had monolithic systems, monolithic technology, and they sort of realized that they're not doing this in the right way, and they sort of scrapped everything. They used to wait for people to apply to them to be able to hire good talent, but they realized that they can't get access to talent that they really want to hire. They completely rehauled their HR and TA team overnight, and they decided to go outbound, which is basically go hunt candidates down. And it's something that we are sort of able to help them with. Over a year, they've been able to attract talent from Google, Amazon in the last year itself, and they're sort of really doing very well. So just ending off, right? I mean, if you have to think about it, which is this one department or one set of people in an org who can basically contribute to all three. First, you have to drive a sense of purpose and mission across your organization. If it's culture, values, vision, it's the HR team's job to make sure that we are able to drive that across. Two, you need to set up a great data layer to be able to sort of use technology to move fast. And three, hiring, right? I mean, you have to hire the best talent, otherwise you're not going to be able to continue to be a winning organization all your life. Thanks.